I found myself as a young African woman exposed on the ground in the middle of an open place, surrounded by my tribe observing me. I lay on my back, my wrists were tied up, and my abdomen had a gushing wound on the right side. I was in huge pain, the whole area burned and weakened me. I had almost no strength in my legs. I was totally scared, since I didn't know what would happen or what they wanted from me. My left arm hurt so much when I tried to lift it. The ties cut into my wrists and I tried to relieve myself. But the moment I moved, a fierce guy on the left came with a big machete and warned me that if I made one more move, he would slash my throat. I was scared to death and felt trapped. I would either die because of the blood loss or they would do it otherwise. While I was lying motionless, I noticed little energies crawling into my cells throughout my body, which came from the toes and went up to my head. I felt as if they wanted to explore me, and I couldn't do anything about that bad sensation. I began to cry because I couldn't stand the tension that was caused by this ugly scene. I didn't understand why they didn't kill me right away, and they wouldn't give me any hints. I wanted to stop the torture and begged in despair, "Please, let me die." There was no sense in living anymore. I would die a slow death and there was no hope for escape. A guy on the right side appeared and said with a distinct voice, "If you want to get out of here, get angry and fight." I cried harder. I was fed up with fighting and getting angry. All my life I had been dealing with my anger and wanted to get rid of it once and for all. I replied that I wouldn't want to get angry. It was such a painful feeling. The guy insisted. I still didn't want to give in. Then I heard Sean's voice come through, encouraging me to let go. I knew he was right, but it took me a few more breaths until I allowed the anger to rise up. Sean and my friend were already in position to act out the fight with me. This time I was even angrier than the other day, because I was so furious about having to feel that pain once again. We three fought for over 40 minutes, in which I didn't give up lashing out in berserk rage, which produced much work and sweat for my supporters. But then the anger slowly subsided and I noticed my muscles burn. I was sweating and breathing hard and just felt incredibly exhausted. I relaxed and suddenly saw my tribe forming a lane for me that led to an opening in the clouds. I saw a Hindu deity that looked very friendly at me with a subtle smile. I'm not so familiar with religions, so I didn't know who it was, but I saw him clearly. Later I found out by my research that it was Shiva, which makes the experience even more powerful. He's the destroyer and the restorer, the great ascetic as well as the symbol of sensuality, the benevolent herdsman of souls and also the wrathful avenger. I was surprised about the peaceful change of scene and felt as if I was rewarded for my struggles. Again I felt blessed. With this image I came down and back to earth. It took me a long while until the abdomen pain where the wound had been vanished completely. I felt a hot energy in this area that moved up and left my body. I was still trembling a bit and felt shaky but peaceful. The intense experience had cost me much energy. It had been another hell of a breathwork, but very meaningful.